We are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy.
Dummy. Conspiracy dummy.
Hey, welcome to Conspiracy Dummy, the number one conspiracy podcast in the mega city. And that's the Texas city, bitch. I'm your host, Judge D.D. Joining me on the podcast, we have Judge Shaw. What's up, homie?
What's up, bro?
What's good?
I am the law.
All right, today we're going to be talking about Judge Dredd. He's the future police, he's the judge, he's the jury, and he's the executioner. He was created by John Wagner and Carlos Esquerra in 1977. First appearance 2000 AD, number 2. So he's kind of like, influenced by Dirty Harry, Charles Bronson. You know, he's the law enforcer in the year 2099. And you know what? With all this shit going on, man, like, you tell me, what's your thoughts on everything going on in the fucking U.S. right now, the Capitol and all that?
The fucking madness. But no, besides that, you know, it's a good way to, I guess, to view the English, how they view us. It's just really fascinating how they view us. Really extreme and really outlandish, you know what I mean?
And not just them, man, like, everywhere's just, it's looking in on us and seeing how fucking we're reacting and just, you know,
how warped we are if you really look at it from the comic book point of view.
Yeah, and that's exactly what this comic book is. It's a British comic book, and it's them looking in on us as Americans and American, like the stereotypical American culture and American politics and
pop culture.
Yeah. It's kind of like a satire, you know.
Yeah.
But it's interesting, dude, because it is kind of like I said, it's like an outside looking in situation. And it's sci-fi. It takes place way in the future, but you see all these, I don't know, man, similarities, I guess. You know, when I was seeing that shit, all the stuff that's going on in the Capitol, and, you know, pretty much the cops just let them run amok, man. You know what I mean? And I was thinking, I don't know if we can really have a nation like that, you know, just have no one there to do shit. What if we're heading into that future similar to the one that Dredd's living in? This is the timeline of the world of Dredd. And that's why I'm just kind of using it as a comparison of what's going on today and maybe where we're heading. 2030, in the comic books, there's a new form of policing. Well, I guess in a couple of years right now, the world gets overpopulated. So here in the U.S., it gets overpopulated. And they start making these mega cities. They start building upwards, kind of like how New York. And it is centered around New York. So, like, by this, because of getting so crazy in the future like that they had to become a new form of governing. A new police system is formed to protect these new mega cities that are growing. So the new form of policing is judges. There's Judge Fargo, who's the Father Justice. He is the guy, with his DNA, they clone other judges. And this takes place...
There's something I want to point out about him. He's, like, known for no impartiality when he judges. He's really just firm in that sense. He has that reputation, by the way.
Yeah, and he's assigned chief judge. So by this is in 2030. This is 10 years from now. This new form of policing happens. By 2039, all the mega cities are established. Mega City 1, Mega City 2, which is Mega City 1 runs from the New York all the way down to Florida. And Mega City 2 is the West Coast, California, all that side, the coastline. And Mega City 3 is the southern states. So all these are getting overpopulated. So crime, by 2040, 2050, this is in the future within the comic books, crime is escalating. It's getting too crazy. By 2060, cloning, this is where Judge Dredd comes in, man. So like I said, Judge Fargo, which is one of the first judges, they get his DNA and they clone other judges, one being Dredd and one being his brother, Rico.
As far as the population too, I was reading that that there's like trends always popping up and there's always mass frenzies. So they have to deal with like, I guess, a group of crowds and frenzies because of new trends or shit like that.
Yeah, man.
Talk about being brainwashed.
Yeah, exactly, man. That, like technology that's in the future too, man. You see similarities. You see facial recognition. We're heading that direction, man. There's drones everywhere flying around, spotting you. So even though there's crime still
like,
being
we
committed,
could safely say that tech is gonna be there. That tech, right?
Oh yeah, bro. Tech, capitalism, big corporations in the future. They're so freaking powerful that they end up starting gangs, bro. You have the burger wars later, which like Burger King and McDonald's are going to war with each other.
Franchise wars.
The franchise wars, man.
Yeah, like the militia, man.
And then if you see that right now, dude, like the mom and pop shops, bro, they're going under, bro. So all you're gonna have is like Amazon and Walmart and all these big fucking.
As a matter of fact, the other day my sister would tell me she's not gonna shop at Walmart for that.
It's a Target, bitch.
It's because she just believes in mom and pops, and she didn't appreciate that during the coronavirus that Walmart was like one of the ones open and everybody else had to shut down.
Yeah, man. So that's the thing too. So we see that like the rise of big corporations and the fall of like like mom and pop shops. So this is interesting. So in 2070, bro, there's this president. His name is Robert L. Booth, and he's the U.S. president. I think he's like what considered the last president of the United States because he goes fucking crazy, bro. Similar
Does
to.
it explain why you go crazy, or are you just crazy?
Power, man. Period. Just power. You know what I mean? You see that absolute power corrupts absolutely, man. Like
the whole dictatorship kind of thing.
And then this guy, I guess he starts just invading, taking oil reserves, just taking shit from other countries, bro, and just basically going to war with other countries, bombing them. And a lot of people were like, "Well, fuck, man, when they're gonna attack us?" And he's like, "No, like I got this special experimental laser self-defense system, whatever." And they do fucking bomb us, right? And it fucks up everything, bro. The only thing that's remaining are those mega cities on the coastlines. Yeah. Like the middle of the U.S. is just fucking gone. It's a wasteland. What's what they call the cursed earth. It's a radiated wasteland, you know? So that's what you were calling the atomic war, the nuclear war. Happened around this time because of this fuckhead.
I mean, it's not far too far-fetched. A lot of people believe that World War III is going to be like that. Believe it or not.
Yeah, yeah, man. For real. It's like World War III is like the war of all wars.
It's going to involve nukes. You know what I mean? Because we ended on that note, in my opinion, you know? World War II. But yeah.
So when this fuckhead, this fucking president goes crazy, it's similar to, I guess you could say, the president that's with us right now until, like, what, another 5 days? A lot of similarities, man. And the thing is, he fucks up. The U.S. people, the citizens of the U.S. fucking get pissed off. They revolt, and they put his ass in something called suspended animation, bro. They just freeze his ass, and since he's, like, frozen or whatever for, like, 100 years, too, his followers, all his fucking followers, these robotic fucking vampires, blood-sucking vampires, are out in the loose trying to fucking get fucking blood for his ass to keep his ass alive, you know what I mean? Similar to, like, our fucking reptilians and shit. So, like, the citizens, they're like, fuck presidents, bro. They do.
So not only we have, like, the law trying to kill your ass. Maybe you deserve it because you're a criminal. And then we have radiation. People trying to kill you like that. And then I'm pretty sure there's, like, new age, like, fucking disease somewhere roaming around there, right?
Mm-hmm. Later, bro, the West Coast, yeah.
And then also, you have robots trying to kill your ass.
Yeah, man.
Like, damn.
It's so crazy, bro. That's going to take over. Yeah, there's a robot war, too, that takes place somewhere around this time, too. And, you know, the people, the U.S. people get fucking fed up with this shit, so they give all control, they hand control over to the judges. And that's when judges start just ruling shit, the hall of justice. That's when they really become the judge, the jury, and the executioner.
Remember the percentages that were explaining in the movie Dredd as far as, like, the crime rates?
Yeah.
You could see why they did that. Like, extreme call for extreme measures, right?
Well, yeah, man. Like, what was it in the movie Dredd? How he says that they get, like, I don't know how many, like, thousands and thousands of calls a day, and they only can respond to, like, 6% of it.
What the fuck, bro? I mean, notice these days people always, like, that believe in the Second Amendment always preach about, like, the castle doctrine and protect yourself. And the police, you know what I mean? It takes too long for the police to get there. I think the future's gonna be just like that, like where everybody's gonna be strapped up, not depending on the police, right?
Yeah, man, vigilantes.
Because they're only gonna answer 6%. They can only answer 6% of the calls. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, this is the future police, man. It's just gonna get too crazy. This is like you need some law and order, man. It become like the world of Mad Max. You know what I mean? You're gonna get all these little fucking militias and who knows, bro? It's just
and
bad.
Gangs. Let's talk about the bad guys, the villains, and all that.
Oh yeah, the bad guys. I mean, so like Rico, his brother, he gets. I think in the comic books, man, he was a good judge. He was a better judge than Dredd, and like he excelled in everything as a judge more than Dredd did.
He was his equal. He was like his equal, right?
Yeah. And I think he spent a little time out in the radiated, the cursed earth, and I think it fucked him up. So he just became psycho. And
remember the movie, the first one, he his brother Dredd judged him for a crime and locked him up.
Yeah, dude.
I know that happens later on, but they never explain why he went loony. Remember?
Well, yeah, I think it's because he was out in the radiated wasteland. Like it fucked with them. You know, that's what they said. Or his blood was tampered with radiation or some shit. And that led him to, because really, as a judge, you're not supposed to be like, you're not supposed to have a life, man. You're not supposed to have like a family or a wife or anything. You're just supposed to be like married to the fucking law, dude. You know what I mean? And Rico, he was out there banging chicks, bro. He was having kids. Fucking, he was bribing people, taking shit.
Like a corrupt cop, basically. He's the epitome of a corrupt cop.
Yeah, corrupt cop, yeah. So, Dredd had a fucking judge's ass. And that's one villain, bro. He's a good villain. Also, another movie, Dredd, Mama. She's a fucking like a prostitute that just...
That went nuts,
bite dicks off, and fucking got a scar on her face and started fucking running a drug empire and shit. And then that's just one block. You know, that's what you have. You have these mega blocks, mega towers, mega cities. So the crime is just so fucking crazy, bro. And let me see that. You have like a supernatural villains, these the dark judges. You have Judge Death, Judge Mortis, Judge Fear, and Judge Fire.
All right, well, this is what I want to get into. I know each judge has like a special ability. Elaborate on that, you know what I mean?
That. That's I'm gonna have to fucking probably edit in later, man. I don't have that shit right now, man. But do you know anything about them judges? I know like Judge Dredd, they just come from like this dark world, man.
Judge Dredd, yeah, he comes from a dark realm, some dark planet, some shit like that.
Yeah,
I know he could like judge people on the spot and he kills them, right?
Yeah, and he's from 20.
Like he thinks all life is crime or something like that.
Yeah, and he comes out in 20.
Life is a crime.
Yeah, 2102. That's when the Judge Dredd story comes about, and then he's declaring life a crime. So he comes from this world where it's just the dead, and if you're alive, you're fucking committing a crime and shit. So yeah, that's his story, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
man.
But he has ways of killing people, and that's what I remember. I know he kills like.
Well, I think like Mortis or so. I think he's like he can fucking cause decay.
Yeah, he causes decay things to like fall apart. Yeah, decay. And then what's the other one?
Oh, Fire and Fear. I'm assuming Fear just puts fucking fear in your ass, and Fire gives you gonorrhea or some shit.
I think Fear opens up his like helmet mouth. He has like a helmet, and his mouth opens. Remember?
Yeah.
And it just shows like something really like your worst fear or something like that.
I don't know.
And you just fucking die or some shit.
They look cool as fuck, man. They look really cool. So you got them, and you got like, see, the thing about the wasteland, the radiated wasteland, because of that nuclear fallout, that war, that shit caused like this mutation within the genes of people, and it created mutants. Either they're fucking deformed, having a fucking arm grow out of their fucking head, forehead, or some shit, or they have like these telepathic powers. They're psychics, and the ones that are really fucked up, the ones that are obvious, you could tell they're like a mutant and shit. They were persecuted, man. They were fucking just kicked out, man. They were kicked out of fucking the mega cities and just thrown into the wasteland and shit. So those are pretty much the people.
It reminds me of Futurama. They throw all the mutants on the ground. And then that one dude with the arm on his head.
He's the fucking president or the fucking ruler of that land. Yeah, but that's...
Why do people discriminate towards mutants? I'm going to start anti-mutant discrimination, like, right before that shit starts.
For real, man. Free all mutants.
Poor mutants. Poor X-Men.
But, and also, man, in the Atomic Wars, it caused a genetic mutation, which was more inherited by their children, the people who got it, and all the mutants were deprived of their citizenship and were expelled from the Mega City 1. They were just cast out into the cursed earth, man. And mutants were the victims of irrational prejudice by those who were not infected by the disaster. Yeah, man. So like all the mutants, they're out in the fucking wasteland and they're like outlaws, bro. You have the Angel Gang. They're like cannibalistic pirates on the cursed earth. You have Link, Junior, Mean Machine, Paw, who's like the dad. And he's like what do you call it? What do you call those things, man?
Evangelist?
Yeah, like a fucking hardcore extremist.
Yeah, they're extreme evangelists.
Yeah, so, and he has like 4 or 5 sons. And like, I think he beat them, bro. Like, just made them strong. And the little one, Mean Machine, he's like some half cyborg. Like, he wasn't born that way or anything, man. The dad made him that fucked up just to make him evil, just to make him fucking strong out there in that fucking rough fucking land they live in, I guess, or some shit. So, and he has like a dial.
Yeah, because they came out like with mutations, and he was just trying to fucking make them better and stronger and meaner, right?
But like fucking him up, abuse and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he has like a dial on his head too, from 1 to 4. 1 is just like mildly aggressive, and then 4 just amps it up to where you're just banging your fucking head into things, man. So those are cool villains too. I like them. So within these mega cities, let me go back to the mega cities. Mega City 1 has like 550 million people within that city. And Mega City 2 has 350. Mega City.
To put in perspective, I think New York, the city of New York, has over 14 million people or more, right?
Yeah.
Last time I checked.
Well,
14 million.
14 million, but that's just in that
Think
part,
about
right?
how many people are in it. How much did you say, 550 million?
Yeah, 550 million in Mega City 1, 350 in Mega City 2, and 260 in Mega City 3.
Everything's going to have to be compressed and it's going to be populated like that.
Yeah, man. And then those
and they're
cities...
going to have to build up, like you said.
Yeah, and they like in the future, too, in 2083, the civil war between Mega City 1 and Mega City 3, there's like a little war between them, a civil war. And later,
yeah, that's where Texas finally gets his wish and secedes.
Yeah, and Texas becomes another independent. Texas City becomes independent the second time, you know?
We've always had that, like, fucking, like, just that thought process. Like, we're going to secede and we don't like what's going on, you know?
Yeah, it's like Texas.
Why is Texas like that, bro? So independent, huh?
It's the fucking outlaw in us, bro. It's fucking...
Yeah.
And then the other two, fucking Mega City 1 and Mega City 2, they become the Union, and so those two work with each other.
Yeah, the Union.
So, I don't know, man. That. Yeah, and then... Oh, yeah, and then 2100, Mega City 2, which is the West Coast, falls prey to a deadly virus, man. You know what I mean? They're going through some fuck. It's called like Tutti Frutti. I think it's called Tutti Frutti or some shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it just fucking makes them into like these zombies or some shit, man. It just fucks them up. And the whole story to the Cursed Earth too, man. I recommend people reading that comic. It's pretty cool.
They should make a movie just based on Cursed Earth, not just the mega cities, bro. I bet you there's a lot of content there, you know?
Oh, dude, I would see if they're gonna make another Dredd movie or a show. I heard they were gonna make another show, Dredd.
Yeah, they are. They are gonna do that. There's gonna be a TV series.
You have to venture out into the Cursed Earth more, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
there's so much that we don't know about, and it's just mysterious.
Yeah,
the Angel family. When I first saw the first Dredd, I was like, "What? These villains are nothing like what we've seen throughout like cinema, you know?
Yeah,
like where they're cannibals."
Yeah, they're fucking everybody's a fucking cannibal, bro.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure people have to be cannibals, bro, to survive.
Yeah.
Anything with cannibalism, it's like, whoa.
Yeah. Well, that's just like a glimpse into the future of the world of Dredd. You know, let's
make some comparisons, bro.
Yeah, that's why I just kind of.
Like, for example, like, look, I want to make a comparison, bro. Mass hysteria, misinformation, like fucking people going nuts. I think that's gonna be something that we're gonna have to deal with in the future. People are easily influenced by new trends and mass hysteria, and it just causes like fucking chaos, right?
Oh yeah, man.
That's one thing I believe that's gonna be something we're gonna have to learn to deal with.
And also, like, you see within this world, like just 10 years from now, all these little these little militias, and you see it right now starting.
Yeah, gangs,
like popping up.
The gangs as far as the village.
Yeah, man, like. It's stricken with gangs, bro. The whole fucking world or the mega city
Judge,
Yeah.
Remember the judge?
The Judge gang. Yeah, there's so many gangs.
Yeah, there's some that we didn't mention. There's a couple that came out in the Dredd movie, remember?
Yeah, the Mama gang and all that. Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. Like, once you get to that point where everybody's fucking just like in survival mode, you know what I mean? Like, everybody's out to get theirs, and nobody gives a fuck about. And then even though it's advanced, and then you see technology, it's still grimy. It still looks like things are about to just fall apart. Still, you know what I mean?
Future isn't nice and clean as we expected.
For real. And look, the technology. Talked about technology, man. They got the fucking lawmaker.
Oh yeah, I love that shit.
What is it? No, the lawgiver. The lawgiver's the fucking the gun. Yeah, man. And it's just voice
I want
activated.
a lawgiver. I don't give a fuck. I throw money at that.
The lawgiver has rapid fire, hot shot, incendiary, freeze gun. You know, with the skin contact from the judge, it identifies the judge. If it's not you, man, it's gonna fucking blow your fucking arm off. Lawmaster, that's Dredd's bike. It's like a fucking Tesla on 2 wheels. Fucking smartphone on a bike, pretty much. You got all that fucking technology on that shit. And same thing with the fucking lawgiver, man. That's definitely a dope fucking weapon. And also, like, you know, this is so far in the future, man. Like, we're already having, like, sports is being held on the moon, bro. There's lunar Olympics.
What about androids too? We forgot androids.
Oh, androids, yeah, man. They're fucking running shit.
Yeah, like we're finally gonna be like outsourced to robots.
Oh yeah, bro. For real, it's gonna take so many jobs away from people. It's not even funny. That's the part when people are gonna start going fucking crazy, bro. Looking for food.
Yeah, because remember Dredd, the second Dredd, it talks about how unemployment at 90-something%. Remember that?
Yeah, man.
Horrible.
If you got that many people living in these little fucking mega cities, I don't know, man. It's gonna get crazy. And I know they have Boing. It's like some can spray that just fucking.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, you just spray on somebody and it just creates this like plastic bubble, and you can conceal them in there for I don't know how fucking long.
Weird.
And the fucking animated, what's it called? Suspended animation too, man. It's just kind of like puts you on. I don't know if it freezes you, but it just kind of stops you from aging. And then they do that too, man. Like, say for example, a criminal does something wrong, but gets shot in the process, right? And he's gonna end up fucking bleed out or something. What they do is they fucking put them in that suspended animation, right? Until there's a cure or something they can do to stop him from dying. And when they do have that technology or whatever, they'll bring him back, fix him, and make him serve his fucking time.
Yeah, like there's no impartiality. They're really strict.
Yeah, there's so.
That's one thing I love about, like, not only the fact that they don't take off their mask like the Mandalorian, but also their attitude, right? Their attitude. That's what struck me the first time I saw Judge Dredd.
Gives zero fucks, huh?
Like, he just hand out fucking like sentences like nothing and kill people like nothing.
Hey, can you do your best Sylvester Stallone impression?
All right, let me try it. You wait. Oh, no, wrong movie.
Wrong movie.
I am the law.
He sounds the same in all his movies, man.
My friends always making fun of him, and I get all pissed. I don't like it when people make fun of Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, I don't like it. He's just a really great actor, and his movies are classic. I think you should have a lot of respect for him.
Yeah, I do.
You know?
Man. And that's like I think something happened to him as a child too, man. Like
he had a speech impediment, right?
No. From what I heard, I think it was like what do you call that? Malpractice on like a something. I think they cut him or something like that accidentally, and it fucked up a nerve or something like that as a child.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it worked to his advantage because obviously he became a superstar.
It's like his signature. Signature.
Yeah, it's a signature. Yeah, a blessing in disguise. Cool.
I am the law. Yeah. I gotta go to do this. You know, I'm gonna take my lawgiver. I'm gonna get my lawgiver, and I'm gonna give it to her. And yo, Adrian.
It's funny stuff.
Which Dredd movie do you like the most, man? Between the two,
I like them both, bro. They're both dope to me. They both have their the feature, right? Like the first one's cartoonish and colorful, but it's grim and dark and
Yeah.
it has satire in it. They included the curse. There's a lot of things that I loved about the first one, but the second one was a whole other aspect.
Fuck
You know,
yeah,
more about like the block, what do you call it? Like the mega block?
Mega blocks, yeah.
Yeah, like you gotta look inside the building and how it was like a fortress for like a nuclear, like I guess a bombing, right? Remember how they could like cover themselves up?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's really bad. Like how they approach it like a fortress, and well, there's just a lot of crimes going on in those places, you know.
Yeah, man. And
so I like that peach tree, by the way,
peach tree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first one's very animated, very cartoonish, like comic bookish. I like it. I just didn't like, you know, a lot of people give shit to it because Sylvester Stallone didn't keep his fucking helmet on. You know, he just wore his helmet for like 20 minutes of the film.
That's something that I'm in that crowd.
Oh yeah, me
when
too,
he took off his helmet, I was like, "What's going on, bro?"
Because in the comics, Judge Dredd never fucking takes his helmet off, bro.
Good.
Never.
Good.
Even when he's fucking in the shower,
and I'm glad the second one they did that. Remember the new recruit, the psychic? What was her name?
Which one?
Remember in the second movie, Judge Dredd, the psychic?
Man, Judge Anderson. Yeah, and the
Anderson, yeah. When she's judging. Remember when the captain tells her like she's behind like a room in an interrogation room, and then she asks her like, "What do you sense out here? Who else is with me?" And she's like, "There's two people. One of them has a lot of like, remember a lot of rage or something like that, but there's something more."
Oh, they give a little backstory behind him, huh? They kind of.
You know what? But to me, that when she said that there's something more, I kind of like felt like she was trying to basically say that he was like an alien.
Well, no, think about it.
That's what I thought.
Hey, bro,
that's what I thought.
Imagine you're like
or mutant.
No,
I don't know.
Well, no, he's not mutant. Imagine if you came from a tube, right? You're bred.
You're a test tube baby.
You're a test tube baby. You're bred and raised to be a fucking judge.
Yeah.
Look how much fucking anger right there, bro. You don't even know who the fuck, where you come from. It's like, you know, it's sad.
So you think that all plays out in his I guess his judgment?
Yeah, man, that has to. Like that's like Dredd has like no emotions like that. It's just fucking raw fucking the law.
Why did I get the sense that she was trying to say he was like something more, like an alien or something?
I don't think she could read. She reads him, but she can't get a full reading on him. You know, it's just wherever he comes from is just so fucking dark. You know what I mean? Like it's so misguided in a way. Like
they left that shit like an open end, like a question mark. I don't know what they meant by that.
Well, because they left it open to the end of the movie. Dredd, she passed. Spoiler alert. You know, she passed.
She quit.
And the thing
by
is,
the way, in the comic book, she keeps on being like a judge. Remember?
Oh yeah, I think she gets. Yeah, man. And then the thing is too, the plan was to make it a trilogy. The movie didn't do well. The Dredd movie, it wasn't promoted or marketed well. And it didn't. I think they spent a lot of money on it, or I don't think too much was spent on it, but the most of it was spent on the 3D part of it. Like it's like a 3D movie, and I don't know about you. A lot of people don't really like 3D. I can watch this movie in 3D. This movie is fucking awesome. But
to me, it makes no difference. All that doesn't make. I'm more interested in the storyline and. Like, you know what I mean? Like the whole scenery.
Yeah, but I think they built it around it being a 3D movie and not really realizing a lot of people don't like 3D movies. You know what I mean? It hurts their fucking head or some shit. I do find it to me personally, for me, I think the movie's done really fucking well, dude. To me, it's my favorite fucking comic book movie. Like, of all comic book adaptions, it's my favorite fucking movie of a character. It's I want fucking blood. I want that fucking grime.
I have to disagree with you a little bit because there's some that I like as well, and I'll give you an example. Snake Plissken. I love his comics and the movies. Oh no, they need to make another fucking Escape from wherever the fuck.
But that shit's violent, no? That shit has like a lot of violence in it, and then also
but it's just one comic that I really love. I just love his comics are dope too.
And
I had some, by the way,
this movie influenced RoboCop. And
Yeah.
RoboCop, you know how fucking dark RoboCop is?
Yeah, RoboCop was really, remember the little kids doing drugs and killing people?
Dude, the first 10 minutes of that movie, man. And then, oh, damn, dude. It's just, yeah. And, part of that movie was filmed here in Dallas. I think it takes place in Detroit, but part of it was filmed here
Detroit,
in Dallas.
yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, dude, that character, it was influenced by Judge Dredd. Judge Dredd, man, the comics started off as a black and white comic, still running to this day. And I have a stack. I have a long box full of Judge Dredd comic books.
That's cool.
Yeah, man, it's a pretty dope character. And like I said, man, I don't know. I don't know if these are the people that we want fucking running shit, though. It's too extreme. Too fucking extreme. Dude, imagine you just fucking... You're just chilling. You're chilling with your friends,
you jaywalk
bro.
and you get fucking...
Or something,
you get
bro.
judged.
Yeah, like, man, you laugh at a joke, and then they see that, and they're going to be like fucking send you in the ISO cubes. You know what I mean? Or some bullshit. Whatever reason to send you to the ISO cubes. Those two, man, they're like the future
How about
selves.
that one hacker? Remember that one hacker, Snyder, in that movie? In the first Judge Dredd? He was trying to escape the shootout.
Fergie.
Yeah, remember he was trying to escape the shootout?
Yeah.
And he went inside of an android?
Yep.
And they fucking judged him for that?
Yeah, man.
That's messed up. See, that's what I saw. Like, it's cool how the movie, like, they portrayed it. Like, they look at it like the system is biased. They don't care if you're, like, trying to escape a shootout. You're complicit and you hacked an android, like an android. I guess it's illegal to hack androids, remember?
Yeah.
So he got 5 years in the ISO queue for that. And he's all like, what was my other option? To get killed? And he's all like, what did he say? Like,
judged or some shit. I don't know what the fuck.
or no, he's like suicide, and suicide was your only option. You should have took it.
Fuck.
Like that. Like, really, like, no fucks given. Like, he told him, I think, something along the lines that suicide was your option. You should have took it or something like that.
Hey, man,
Like, what the fuck?
let me ask you a question. Like, right now, the inauguration's on the 20th. I've been hearing, like, shit going around, too. People talking, like, on the internet or whatever about there might be some other bullshit happening.
Yeah. You always have that sore loser that's always gonna, man, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna break this. I'm gonna vandalize that. Like, it's like a toddler throwing a tantrum, in my opinion. But
I just don't know.
we have a lot of grown-ass toddlers. It's really a strong statement. You know? It's like no impartiality.
I know we had this conversation. I guess we can probably end it on this, but... And I
As
don't,
far as Lady Justice, remember that
just
scene?
Lady Justice,
Yeah.
and just like...
Yeah.
You know, like, if, like, we saw, that's the only reason I'm talking about this subject, because it kind of relates to what was going on, and I just think, too, man, like, if things are not really done properly or done right...
See, what you're talking about is accountability.
Yeah, the accountability, exactly. And I think, too, man, like, if people don't get held accountable for shit, we're going to end up going this route, you know what I mean? You know, it's going to lead to bullshit like this, where motherfuckers are just going to be taking justice into their own fucking hands, you know, to that extreme. And I don't know if that's really the route we want to go in either. So
accountability, bro.
Accountability,
like
yeah,
what
man.
they say about Lady Justice, they should never took her away. You know, justice is blind and has a balance scheme, you know?
yeah,
So I think that's the biggest message I took from that movie, that we need to rely on justice and not compromise or, you know, let corruption dwindle our justice system, you know? You know, and there's a lot of discrimination and prejudice in our justice system.
yeah,
Regardless, you know, there's judges that are corrupt that lock up people for private jails to like make huge profits, you know?
yeah,
So I think all these things come into play, in my point of view, as far as accountability. Not just for the people, for the civilians, the criminals, thugs, everybody, everything, every negative thing you could think of, every negative stigma, but also within the system, you know?
yeah.
There can't be no impartiality within judges and lawyers and, you know, prosecutors and stuff like that. That's what I took from that, you know?
Yeah, me
Because
too.
I'll give you a good example, you know? Let's say Rodney King. Rodney King, he was on tape getting his ass beat. People saw that shit, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The cops were acquitted. Fucking people lost their mind, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I think that's an example of people not, I mean, our justice system not being accountable, you know?
Yeah.
And when people see that, they're like, they don't respect the law, and you see mass chaos.
No, I know that's.
What do you think eventually happens if people don't respect the law, Dan? Do you know?
Yeah, man, that you get like some fucking crazy world like this. All these little fucking gangs running shit or thinking they're running shit, but
like they're not afraid of the law, and it's scary because within the Judge Dredd cinema, we see that people are not scared of the law, and he judges you right then and there. He'll execute you right then and there. That's fucking frightening.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I don't want it to go this direction. You know what I mean? Like,
but I mean, if it keeps going this way, it's going to be really extreme in the future, right? Who knows? Who knows how policing will be in the future?
Yeah, man. Maybe they do need judges. Maybe they need.
Do you think they'll judge themselves?
Well, I hope. In that case, they should send them to fucking Fort Hood and all those places and see what the fuck's going on there. Really, though. Yeah, that's another topic I want to get on eventually, man. All the bullshit that's happening in fucking Fort Hood and Fort Bliss now. But yeah, man, justice needs to be served, and I don't know, man. It's just a lot to take away from this shit, dude. It's an interesting sci-fi world, a glimpse into the future from an outsider looking in on American culture, and yeah, it's satire. Yeah, it's like it's probably made fun of and point fingers at us and shit.
It's a little bit exaggeration. It is what it is.
It is what it is. But then again, maybe we should just take that and look at it and see, maybe they're onto something. Maybe they're right.
It's up to the listener to judge that, right? Yeah.
That's true, man. Or the reader.
Accountability. We should never give up on Lady Justice. That's what I think.
Yeah.
And we're seeing that right now. Shit, we want people accountable. We want people, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether it was this interaction, the BLM riot. That shit, people need to be accountable for all that.
Yeah, on both sides, man. I agree. On both sides. Both sides.
You hear me, people? Both sides.
Both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you.
We need to get it together, bro.
Get it together. For real, for real. And if not, send the motherfucking judges on your ass.
I am the law.
There you go.